Hi, and welcome to the second day of the Parkland Challenge 2018. So far, we know Blue Ridge is in our finals. Let's see if one of these two teams can join them. It's Prairie Central versus Tolono Unity. Let's meet the teams, and then we'll get started.
Allie Gallardo, senior.
Will Hamlin, senior.
Brian Hernandez, junior.
Eric Hall, junior.
Cameron Woodard, junior.
Danny Wells, senior.
Travis Mueller, senior.
Kyle Steininger, senior.
Becca Elbert, senior.
Trenton Nicholas, freshman.
Carson Bounds, sophomore.
Okay, our first question. What is the chilling title of a series of children's books by R.L. Stein? Prairie Central, Becca. Goosebumps. Goosebumps is correct. Good job. What occurrence happens in the seventh inning stretch during a Milwaukee Prairie Central, Kyle? No, that's incorrect. I'll finish the question for you guys. What occurrence happens in the seventh inning stretch during a Milwaukee Brewers baseball game?
No answer.
Okay, it's a sausage race. A bratwurst, an Italian sausage, a Polish sausage, and another sort of sausage. What are the pieces in the game of Jenga made from? Tolono Unity, Brian. Wood is correct, yes. You became the new NBA commissioner on February 1st, 2014. That was Adam Silver. Adam Silver. Goblin Valley State Park, with fantastic sandstone formations, is in what western state? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Arizona.
Not Arizona. You guys can confirm?
New Mexico.
New Mexico?
No, Utah. Utah is what I'm looking for. How were the height and width of modern American battleships originally determined? They had to be able to go beneath the Brooklyn Bridge and through the Panama Canal, because that was the only two ways to hit them places. What country proclaimed to birth its billionth citizen in the year 2000? Prairie Central, Dan.
India.
India is correct. Good job. What do IndyCar winners pour over their heads? Tolono Unity, Will.
Champagne.
Not champagne. You guys can prove?
Milk.
Milk is correct. Yes. Which Canadian province in which Canadian province is Toronto located in? Prairie Central, Dan.
Ontario.
Ontario is correct. What country supplies 3/4 of the world's maple syrup? Danny.
Canada.
Canada is correct. Really on Canada today. What famous river is seen in New York's Whirlpool State Park? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Hudson River.
Not the Hudson River. You guys can confirm?
No answer.
The Niagara. The Niagara. Which American city is home to the Lollapalooza Music Festival? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Chicago.
Chicago is correct. What popular NBC television show starred Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin? Tolono Unity, Allie.
30 Rock.
30 Rock is correct. Good job. Possum Kingdom State Park is in what southern state? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Tennessee.
Not Tennessee, no.
Alabama.
No, Texas. Who asked the question, to be or not to be? Prairie Central, Becca.
Hamlet.
Hamlet, yes. What month has more hurricanes than any other month? Tolono Unity, Eric.
July.
Not July.
September.
September is correct. Good job. Black warrior and the Indian word Tuscaloosa have the same meaning. In what state is the city of Tuscaloosa? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Alabama.
Alabama, yes, and the Black Warrior River. What element has also been called quicksilver? Tolono Unity, Alley.
Mercury.
Mercury is correct. What number is at the top of a dartboard? Prairie Central, Dan.
20.
20 is correct. How many eyes or eye spots do most starfish have? Prairie Central, Becca.
5.
5, yes, one on the tip of each of its arms. What geographic term describes a hill with sharply sloping sides and a flat top? Prairie Central, Travis.
Plateau.
No, you guys can confer.
Mesa.
Butte. Butte is what we were looking for. What state is the leading producer of maple syrup in the United States? Prairie Central Cop.
Vermont.
Vermont is correct, yes. What is the name of Paris Hilton's Chihuahua on The Simple Life? The name was Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was in there. What 5 Canadian provinces border on 4 of the 5 Great Lakes? Which Canadian province borders on 4 of the 5 Great Lakes? Tolono, Will.
Quebec.
Not Quebec.
Ontario.
Ontario, yes. What was put into whiskey barrels to keep them from leaking? It was a cork. A cork. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Tolono Unit.
This video question is brought to you by the Business CSIT Department. What are 5 of the 7 applications in Microsoft Office 365 for a PC?
Okay, need an answer.
Word and Excel. We've got 2 of them.
The 7 applications in Microsoft Office 365 are Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, and Publisher.
Okay. An average human has 46 chromosomes. How many does a cabbage have? Tolono Unit, Will.
46.
Not 46, no.
48.
No, 18. 18. I don't know why you guys didn't know that. What was the name of the space station that crashed to Earth in 2001? Prairie Central, Becca.
Columbia.
Not Columbia, no.
No answer.
It was Mir. It was the Soviet space station. How many gears are there on an average unicycle? Tolono Unit, Will.
1.
Not 1.
2.
2, no, just 0 on the most. What element is found between nickel and zinc on the periodic table? Prairie Central, Travis.
Copper.
Copper is correct. Good job. Before the barometer was discovered, what animals did German meteorologists use to predict air pressure changes? Prairie Central, Danny.
Dogs.
Not dogs. You guys can confirm?
Birds.
No, it was frogs. Frogs croaked when the pressure dropped, as it turns out. Who authored the Pickwick Papers? Prairie Central, Becca.
Dickens.
Dickens is correct. What annual Alaskan race sees participants travel from Anchorage to Nome? Prairie Central, Becca.
Iditarod.
Iditarod is correct. Leonard Bernstein wrote the music for which famous play about New York street gangs? Prairie Central, Cop.
West Side Story.
West Side Story is correct. He was an American inventor who was widely credited with popularizing the revolver. What was his name? Prairie Central, Cop.
Smith.
Not Smith. No. You guys can.
Remington.
No, it was Samuel Colt. What cookie became the bestseller in China only after the manufacturer lowered its sugar content? It was the Oreo cookie. Man of Conquest, a movie from 1939, told of a man who served as governor of Tennessee, president of Texas, and was a longtime friend of the Indians. There's a large city in Texas named after him. Who is this man? Prairie Central, Cop.
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston is correct. President's Day combines the birthdays of which 2 presidents born in February? Prairie Central, Becca.
Lincoln and Washington.
Lincoln and Washington, February 22nd and February 12th. Florida is a home to the key whitetail, an animal about the size of a large dog. What kind of animal is it? Tolono Unit, Brian.
A deer.
A deer is correct. Las Vegas's MGM Grand Hotel had a 7-story replica of what city from the Wonderful World of Oz? Prairie Central, Becca.
The Emerald City.
The Emerald City is correct. What New Mexico town is named for a radio program of the 1940s? That is Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Which is the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world to survive today? Prairie Central Dan.
The pyramids.
Pyramids. The oldest band in the United States, nicknamed the President's Own, is what band? Prairie Central Becca.
U.S. Marine Corps Band.
Yes. What nation's Catholics saw the Pope make a triumphant homecoming in 1979? Prairie Central Cop.
Poland.
Poland, yes, the home of John Paul II. In what state could you visit the Black Rock Desert? Prairie Central Travis.
Arizona.
Not Arizona. Yes, confirm.
New Mexico.
Nevada.
Nevada is correct. Good job. From 1990 through 2005, what was the most popular major chosen by U.S. students graduating with a bachelor's degree? The most popular major. Tolono, Unity, Brian.
Business.
Business is correct. Yes. What article of clothing were women required to wear on the beach at New Jersey's Atlantic City until 1907? Tolono, Unity, Brian.
Pants.
Not pants. I'll finish the question for you guys. Along with their standard attire of long bathing suits, bathing shoes, and straw hats.
Skirt.
Stockings. Stockings. What is the European Union equivalent of our 911 emergency number? Prairie Central Travis.
999.
Not 999. Sure.
311.
No, it's 112. 112. What 2 countries are alluded to in the first line of the Marine hymn? It was Mexico and Libya, the halls of Montezuma and the shores of Tripoli.
I was trying to sing it.
It is possible to drive through 3 consecutive U.S. states, one after the other, whose spellings all begin with the same letter of the alphabet. What are these 3 states? Tolono Will.
Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana.
That is correct. Good job. What flower is honored at the Spring Festival in Holland, Michigan? Prairie Central Cow.
Tulip.
Tulip is correct. Okay, that's the end of our first round. 240 to 70. We'll be back with our lightning round right after this.
Taking dual credit in high school pays off when you don't have to take an extra class in college.
I love the challenge. I feel great about getting college credit in high school.
Okay, after one round, it's Prairie Central 240, Tolono Unity 70. Let's go to our lightning round. What country is found due south of La Paz, Bolivia? That is Chile. What painting is famous for its portrayal of a man, a woman, and a pitchfork? Prairie Central Travis.
American Gothic.
American Gothic is correct. What is a marshy tract of land that is mostly underwater and covered with tall grass? Prairie Central Travis.
Glade.
Can you be more specific?
I cannot.
Okay. We'll see about that. We'll check on that. It's Everglade is what we're looking for. But we'll check on that. What president on Mount Rushmore sports a mustache? Prairie Central Cow.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes, Roosevelt. What is a female pig called? Tolono O'Brien.
Swan.
Sow. Samuel Francis Smith wrote what great patriotic song? Samuel Francis Smith. Tolono Cameron.
The national anthem.
Not the national anthem. My country 'tis of thee. The largest one-day sporting event in the world is held in Indiana. What is it? Tolono Will.
Indy 500.
Indy 500, yes, good job. What candy bar consists of nougat, nuts, and white chocolate? That is a Zero bar. What South African Paralympian was charged with murder? Tolono Cameron.
Oscar Pistorius.
Yes, Oscar Pistorius. Daley Plaza is the infamous site of what event in U.S. history? Prairie Central Cow.
The assassination of JFK.
That is correct. Ocean State has appeared on the license plate for this U.S. state. It is Rhode Island. What state is East St. Louis in? Prairie Central, Becca.
Illinois.
Illinois is correct, just across the river from the Mississippi. Or Missouri, sorry. What European capital offers tours of catacombs containing 6 million, Tolono, Cameron?
Paris.
Paris, right, 6 million human skeletons. Fort Christina, built in Delaware in 1638, was named for the queen of what country? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Sweden.
Sweden is correct. What aerobic workout was created by Billy Blanks? Is Tybo. Tybo. Who knew? The outdoor drama The Legend of Daniel Boone is held in what state? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Kentucky.
Kentucky is correct. What is the only U.S. state to border Maine? Prairie Central, Becca.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire is correct. Okay, that's the end of our first round. We'll tally up our scores and be back with our final round right after this.
I like that dual credit classes are challenging and that they prepare me for college.
I think dual credit is a great start for earning college credit as well as preparing for your academic future.
Okay, and again, our final round is Prairie Central 300, Tolono Unity 80. Let's see if Tolono can catch up. What Indian tribe, the largest in the U.S., also has the largest reservation? Tolono, Will.
Cherokee.
Not Cherokee. You guys can defer.
Sioux.
No, the Navajo. What do you call a word that is created by mixing up the letters of another word? Prairie Central, Danny.
Conjunction.
Not a conjunction. You guys can defer.
No answer.
Anagram. Which one of these candy bars does not contain caramel? Fifth Avenue, Take 5, or whatchamacallit? Prairie Central, Danny.
Take 5.
Not Take 5. You guys can defer.
I think it's whatchamacallit.
Whatchamacallit?
No, Fifth Avenue.
I knew Take 5.
King Edward VIII abdicated the throne of England in 1936 to marry what woman? It was Wallis Simpson. By what name were advocates of women's voting rights in the early 20th century United States known? Tolono, Alley.
Suffragettes?
Yes. Tom Sauk is the highest mountain in which state? Missouri. What poetic name is given to a country singer Conway Twitty's entertainment complex? It is called Twitty City. What's short for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation? Prairie Central, Danny.
Laser.
Laser is correct. What northern Alabama city is Rocket City? It's Huntsville, Alabama, home of the NASA Space Flight Center. Who was Fred Flintstone's sidekick? Prairie Central, Danny.
Barney.
Yes, Barney. His wife's name was Wilma. What is both a type of painting and part of a title of a Tom Robbins novel? Prairie Central, Danny.
Mural.
Not mural, no.
No answer.
It was Still Life. Still Life painting and Still Life of a Woodpecker, I think was the book. What children's novel series began with The Secret of the Old Clock? It was Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew, in 1930. What is the country's longest running radio program? Prairie Central, Becca.
NPR.
Not NPR. You guys can refer.
NBC.
NBC?
No, the Grand Ole Opry. Grand Ole Opry. What Wisconsin native and Illinois resident said, "Give me the luxuries of life and I will willingly do without the necessities"? That was Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright. What 13-year-old became the youngest player ever to qualify for an LPGA event in 2002? That was called for Michelle Wie. Michelle Wie. What small capital of a small state has a capitol building dating from 1792? Tolono, Will.
Rhode Island.
Not Rhode Island.
Providence.
No, it's Delaware. Delaware. Capital is in Dover. During what war were helicopters first used to bring troops? Tolono, Brian.
Vietnam.
Not Vietnam. You guys can infer bring troops into battle.
Korea.
Korea is correct. What V word is defined as a liquid's ability to resist? Tolono, Will.
Viscosity.
Yes, correct. Good job. What manufacturer released the first mass-market hybrid car in the United States? Tolono, Will.
Prius.
Not Prius.
Toyota.
It was Honda. No. When you roll the dice, what are box cars? Prairie, Danny.
2 6s.
2 6s is correct. Who was president of Cuba when Castro took over? Tolono, Will.
Batista.
Batista is correct. What is the point on which a lever rests or is supported? Central Travis.
Fulcrum.
Fulcrum is correct. On which it pivots is finishing it. What holiday is the #1 day for sales of fresh cut flowers? Tolono, Brian.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, yeah. New York's capital, Albany, began as a trading post, Fort Nassau, in 1614. What nation established this trading post? Cameron.
France.
Not France. No.
The Netherlands.
Netherlands is correct, yes. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which is for Prairie Central.
This video question is brought to you by the Business CSIT Department. What month is Administrative Professionals Day observed?
April.
Okay.
Administrative Professionals Day is widely observed in many workplaces across the United States in the month of April.
Okay, let's go to our last round of the game. The Old North State is actually in the South. What state is it? Prairie Central, Travis.
Virginia.
Not Virginia. You guys can confirm?
Dakotas.
Georgia.
North Carolina. North Carolina. What host of The View wrote the children's book about Shizukakupupu? That was Joy Behar. Which of the 4 Teletubbies did Jerry Falwell claim was a homosexual? Tolono, Alley.
Tipsy.
No, not Tipsy.
Dizzy.
No, it's Tinky Winky.
Which one was that?
In what capital did Jefferson Davis take office as President of the Confederacy? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Richmond.
Not Richmond. You guys can confirm.
What city?
Need an answer?
No answer.
It was Montgomery, Alabama. Who wrote the novel Oil, which served as the basis for the 2007 movie There Will Be Blood? It was Upton Sinclair. The USS Nautilus, the world's first nuclear submarine, can be visited in what New England state? Prairie Central, Kyle.
Massachusetts.
Not Massachusetts. You guys can confirm.
Delaware.
Connecticut. Connecticut. In which country are the Olympic Mountains? Prairie Central, Danny.
Greece.
Not in Greece. No.
The United States.
An answer?
The United States.
That's correct. Correct. If you're in the southern town of Oxford, what large state university would you be near? Southern town of Oxford. Prairie Central, Kyle.
University of Mississippi.
Yes, Old Miss. What automaker was called the father of mass production? Prairie Central, Travis.
Ford.
Yes, semi-4. What is the line along the crest of the Rockies that separates rivers flowing eastward and westward? Presidential Becca.
Continental Divide.
That's correct. What is the name of the head elf in charge of baking Keebler cookies? Presidential Travis.
John.
Not John, no. You guys can confirm?
No.
Keebler.
No answer.
Ernie. When you hear it, it kind of sounds familiar, but I'm not sure it is. By 1966 presidential proclamation, what holiday was fixed as the third Sunday in June? Presidential Kyle.
Flag Day?
Not Flag Day. No, you guys can confirm?
No idea.
No answer.
Father's Day. What sensory organ do starfish have at the end of each arm? Presidential Danny.
Eye.
Eye. Which avenue in New York is known throughout the world for its theater? Tolono, Cameron.
Broadway.
Broadway is correct. What is the term for the second full moon in a month? Presidential Travis.
Blue moon.
Blue moon is correct. What musical satirist founded the Mothers of Invention in 1964 and had a hit with his daughter, whose name was Moon Unit, that was called Valley Girl? Who's this musician? Well, it's Frank Zappa. Frank Zappa. What 19th century decade saw the first electric trolley car system installed in Richmond, Virginia? Presidential Kyle.
1870s?
Not 1870s. You guys can confirm?
1890s.
No, it's right in the middle. 1880s. 1880s. There are more motor vehicles registered in what state than any other? Presidential Danny.
California.
California is correct. Who is the first female U.S. Attorney General? It was Janet Reno. Janet Reno. What language is Jesus believed to have spoken? Tolono Will.
Hebrew.
Not Hebrew.
Arabic?
No, Aramaic. What decade did viewers wake up to the headline, Von Hindenburg dies at 86, Hitler takes presidency? What decade? Presidential Danny.
1930s.
1930s, yes. August 2nd, 1934. Okay, that's the end of our game. We'll tally up the scores and tell you who's moving on right after this. Okay, our first game today, Prairie Central 440, Tolono Unity 140. So Prairie Central moves on to play the winner of our next game, which is between Leroy and Champaign Central. So stick around for that. Thanks.